Well, it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, so I just wanted to go ahead and put a little update video out there, just let people know what I'm working on. Been doing a lot of bezel art. I'm not finished yet. I was going to wait until I got finished to put out a video, but I just want to give you guys a little peek of how things are coming along. So I'm just going to go through my list and we'll check out some of the bezel art I've been working on. And this is Aliens vs. Predator. Got a couple of ones here, all custom. So here's the first one, very basic. Aliens versus Predator, so an alien and a predator, what are you gonna do? And a lot of my artwork, I try to include the little plasticky bezel piece as an option, so people who don't want it don't use it, and people who do like it can use it. It doesn't hurt to have more options, right? And then there was this one I made, and I like it. You know, it's kind of a theme. You know, on the left, you got your three images from the Alien universe, and on the right, your three images from the Predator universe. However, because each image has kind of its own color going on and everything, it can be a little distracting, I figure. So I went ahead, and also, you know, it has the bezel with and without. But I went ahead and thought, you know, when you're playing the game, you don't want your eyes, your gaze to be drawn away from the game screen. So how can I make that less distracting, more cohesive? So I went ahead and put it all in kind of an acid yellow wash, and this way it's just, I don't know, in my mind it's a little more cohesive. You know, it looks okay, but, you know, depending on what you like, you know, I figured I'd include both options. And then there's kind of like the generic, you know, arcadey artwork one. So those are the the Aliens versus Predator ones that I've been working on. All right, Altered Beast. It's some generic artwork. You know what I mean? All I did was I didn't create the artwork. All I did was resize it for 1920 by 1080. Where I originally got it from, I think it was for 4K maybe. And yeah, nothing fancy here. It's all very, you know, generic. All I did was resize it and write the lay file. Okay, Cyber Sled I haven't done artwork for yet. Galaga, again, this is just some generic artwork that I found, and did some tweaking to the size so that it fits, you know, properly, so that my screen gets the full. See how my screen doesn't change? The original artwork, I think, distorted the image or something, so I had to resize it. So there's that. Galaga, same story. It was an issue where the available artwork out there that was good wasn't quite the right fit, and it would maybe distort the image or cut some of the original image off. And my main goal when I'm making artwork is to create artwork that complements the game but doesn't you know, ruin the aspect ratio of the game itself. I want the game itself to still hold its original true aspect ratio and as much of its size as possible, and I never alter the aspect ratio. Like, that's a big no-no. If the aspect ratio gets altered, then I'm not going to go with it. So basically, for these ones where there's already pre-existing artwork by someone else, usually what I'm doing is just resizing it so that, you know, it can be full screen and nothing's getting cropped, and also so that the aspect ratio of the game is true. So there's a Galaga one. Golden Axe. You know, there's a few here. Again, this isn't my original artwork. I just did the work in resizing and tweaking to make sure the aspect ratio remains true and that everything fits properly. So there's just the three here. You got this one, you got this one, and then you got this one. In all of them, the aspect ratio is proper, and all of them, you know, nothing is cropped or missing. Okay. Now in this view, you can see a cropped view if you want the monitor to be full in 1440 by 1080, but in this view you get, you know, the full artwork. So the choice is yours. It's up to you, the user, on that one. But the monitor's aspect ratio is always remaining good. All right. And for the sequel, it's really the same thing. It's just the same you know, I didn't make specific artwork for this for the sequel. Same ones, so I'm not even gonna bother going through them. Golden Tee Golf, they also share the same artwork, because it's really the same game. It's just one game has a couple more courses. You know, there's like 3 courses on the original, so if you get bored playing the same 3 courses, you play the sequel basically, but it's the same game. So I figured the artwork can be interchangeable. Okay, again, this is somebody else's artwork. I just had to resize and write the lays. Hang On, I haven't done artwork for yet. Ikari Warriors, there was a lot of good artwork out there for this game, but I couldn't find any artwork out there for this game that was just ready to go for 16:9 without screwing up the image or cropping the image. This one was as close as I could get, but I think it was like a weird size to begin with. And so I got these 2 to choose from. But in both of them, you can see the game screen is never screwed around with. It always remains the same. So the artwork looks good, and the game screen looks good. Sakari Warriors. Joust. Got quite a few little arts in here to look through. Let's see here. Alright, so here's the first one. The aspect ratio is fine. This is kind of an interesting little artwork around the edge. And if you want, again, this is one of those kinds where you can crop it like that for a full screen, you know, if you want that kind of mode. And then here's one that just is always, you know, full screen with the side art. It's okay. And there's this one, similar, it's okay. And then there's this one, which is faithful to the original. This is how, if you played on the actual arcade, you'd get something like this around the edge. So I actually kind of like this one. And you can crop it, but there's really no need. It looks really great like this. Aspect ratio is always the same. And then you got this wild and crazy kind of one right here. Yeah, it's alright. It took a while to get the screen image to be perfectly centered and aligned in there, but I did not want to alter the aspect ratio. Again, I never want to do that. Alright, so that's Joust. Karate Champ. Let's go. Karate Champ. Whoa, whoa. This is one of those games that just immediately starts blasting music at you. Alright. So there's that one, and there's that one. Basically, it's just 2. Nothing too fancy here. Alright, Killer Instinct. I haven't done that yet. I was about to do that one this morning, so maybe I'll get to that. Lethal Enforcers. Lethal Enforcers. This one did not take me very long. It's original, but it's pretty generic, so I was able to do this one in like 3 minutes. It's just, you know, but there is a cool factor to it, because in this game, when you run out of ammo, the point is to move the cursor over to the edge to reload, you know, shoot off screen or reload. So I thought it'd be cool to go shoot, you know, at what you see as ammo to reload your ammo. Anyways. Alright, Marvel Superheroes. This isn't my own. I'm not taking any credit for this. Only thing I did was I think I resized the overall size of the image, and to make it exactly 1920 by 1080, because I think it was like a different resolution to begin with, and that's it. I didn't do anything else. I might have had to tweak the .lay file, I don't remember, so I'm not taking any credit for that one. Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. Again, this is not my artwork, but what I did was the original artwork came in closer to the screen, right? But that meant that the aspect ratio was wrong for the game. Like, they cared so much about the artwork that they ruined the aspect ratio of the game, you know, to have more width on the artwork. So what I did is I basically just resized and kind of squished up the artwork just a tad to make sure that the aspect ratio is pure, and that's all I did with that. So I'm not that happy with it, to be honest with you, because you can tell it's a little bit narrow, the artwork. But if I didn't do that, you'd be cutting off things like, you know, some of these little logos and stuff. And so it was like a choice: either cut off some of the artwork, you know, or squish it up a little, one or the other. That's all, the only 2 choices I had. And I do like how you can look at these and actually learn things. You know, it'll say crossover combination, down to forward plus heavy, you know, punch and kick, and, you know, just so there's information there as well. So it is helpful, good little artwork in a way. So there's that. Marvel vs. Capcom. Get that volume down. Alright, Marvel vs. Capcom. Now, remember how Marvel Superheroes looked, where everything was blue? I figured out why the original artists had done it that way. Because here's what I did. I had made this, right? I took this artwork and made this. And then I realized when I played, it was kind of distracting. And that's when I realized the genius of what the guy who made the Marvel Superheroes artwork had done. By, like, shading it all one tone, it's easier on the eyes. You keep your focus on the game. See how distracting this is? It's like, whoa, okay, distracting. Do this, nice and smooth, easy on the eyes. So that's what I did with this artwork. I made this, and then I took a page from the Marvel Superheroes artwork and put it in the blue. Plus, they're both Marvel fighting games, so I figured it'd be kind of a nice continuity there. And then I made this one. This is custom artwork. You know, it looks okay. I don't really exactly like having characters' limbs pop out over the screen, but you know, you can use it if you like that, you know. I think it looks okay, you know, so whatever. And it took a little while to get the technique down properly to be able to do that without it looking horrible, so it's okay. Alright, Mortal Kombat, one of my favorite games, but nothing really good as far as artwork I could come up with. So I ended up using other people's artwork. Only thing is the size on everybody else's was always completely wrong, and it would ruin the aspect ratio of the game. It was just a mess. So I resized and set it up so that the game screen is always the perfect aspect ratio. And the best way to test that is to just put it in standard 4x3 and then slap on the artwork and see, does the screen change? If the screen changes, then whoever made the artwork didn't give a crap about the aspect ratio of the game. So I had to adjust those things. Alright, so then I got the one with the bezel version, so it's a smaller screen, but it's still the correct aspect ratio. And then I got this one, you know, again, took a while to get it so that the aspect ratio was correct. Got a phone call here. Silence that. And then there was this one, and this is not my original artwork. The only thing I did was to resize the images and write the lay files. Same thing with Mortal Kombat 3 and 2. I'll just kind of burn through it. I think Mortal Kombat 3 I only bothered to do one because, yeah, just this one. Because the other artwork to me was just kind of tacky looking for my taste, so basically it's just that. Alright, Mortal Kombat 2. Get that volume down. Okay, Mortal Kombat 2. Again, other people's artwork, but you know, I had to change it so that the game's aspect ratio would still be true, and that's about it. And I offer the bezel and non-bezel versions of each. Alright, Miss Pac-Man. It was hard to find anything that was a correct size. Everything was too big, too small, cut up the game, did all kind of crap to the aspect ratio, so this took a little while. But none of this is my original artwork, again, just a lot of resizing work and writing the lay files and stuff. So these are the ones to choose from. And each one is okay, you know, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Alright. NBA Jam. I got this off of the Rocket Launcher forum. But there's only the one, you know what I mean? But I had to resize it and reshape it, you know, again. This was a request. Somebody had made a request for this artwork. So I basically just slapped this together real quick because I'd never even heard of the game. So just made some artwork for the game as per request. Qbert. One of those situations, again, with the resizing considerations. And making a .lay file. None of these had .lay files, so I had to write .lay files for all these that you're seeing here. Anyone that that's not my artwork, I had to write the .lay files for as well. I haven't done R-Type 2 yet, or R-Type. Raiden, similar story of me just taking other people's artwork and repurposing it so that to make sure it was 1920 by 1080 and that the game screen was true. That's all that is. Rampage, same thing. Starting to notice a theme here. 99% of my ROMs is just me taking other people's artwork and making it actually work so that the game screen is the proper 4:3 aspect ratio, and so that it has a working .lay file for a standard MAME. I haven't done Robocops yet, both of the Robocops. Spider-Man, this is the custom one I actually did from scratch. It's just basically some comic book art along the sides. I think it looks okay. And again, there's no change to the original image of the screen. Street Fighter Alpha 2. Alright. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. Street Fighter Alpha 3. Again, pretty standard.
This is Street Fighter Alpha 3.
There's a third one, but I don't really care for it much. I think this is the only one I really like. It's okay. The original Street Fighter Alpha. Just the one. Okay. Champion Edition. I don't know if it's in good shape or not. I don't know if I finalized. No, I don't even have artwork on it at the moment because I went back to, I was going to make something a little better. But you can see over there on the right side, I'm basically still going to go with that standard generic, you know, for 16:9. I just accidentally deleted the folder somewhere a minute ago. Hyper Fighting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I was doing. This is one of my first ones that I made from scratch, so I was just experimenting. I wanted it to kind of look like a karate belt material that the characters were superimposed on or painted on. And then there was the one that just has all the bosses. You know, it's okay, I guess, but it's a little tacky because I was kind of amateur work by myself there. Oh my god, yeah, very amateur. Don't look. Ugh. Oh my god, I need to go back and do some artwork for Street Fighter 2 because that stuff sucks. I did these ones last night for all the Street Fighter 3 titles. Again, you know, it was hard to find good artwork. Everything's for Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, like the third variation of Street Fighter 3. So for finding any good artwork for Street Fighter 3 1 and Street Fighter 3 2 was really, really tough. So, I mean, that's all I could find was that, basically, you know what I mean? Well, actually, I didn't find this. I created this. This is artwork I created, you know. Not the drawings, but, you know, just cutting them out and pasting them and all that kind of stuff and sizing them. And then the same thing for our Street Fighter 3, the first one. I'm going to skip over the third one for a minute. Yeah, same thing basically. I'm just taking some of the official character design artwork and I'm just kind of, I put the correct logos and just kind of slapped it together, try to make it look goofy, you know, whatever. It's a placeholder artwork until I can come up with something better, you know. And then this is some Street Fighter 3 artwork. All it is just the image, the poster image cut in half, and then one side is mirrored reversed. So like on the left you'll see Chun-Li's hand right by Dudley, but on the right you'll see there's Chun-Li. So basically if you imagine flipping that mirrored around and then piecing them two together, that's the artwork there. But it looks okay. These ones were fun. The Mario Brothers on the play choice. Here's Mario 1. And you know, you got your strongest guy at the top and your weakest guy at the bottom. I just thought it was kind of cute. Got the little cover art down at the bottom, the front on the left and the rear on the right, and the logos. Took a little while to make these. And then the same thing I got for Mario 2. Same theme, you know. You got your logo at the top, you know, your cartridge box art at the bottoms, and then just some stuff, you know, there. And then finally Super Mario 3, the best one of them all. And I did make an extra one for this one because I love Super Mario 3 so much, but I think I went overkill. It looks like overkill. So anyways, there's the simple version. Alright. And Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. This is somebody else's artwork they took from a poster. No, this one's the one I took from a poster. And there's the one somebody else took from a poster. And just did a lot of resizing on all of these. You know, it is what it is. Super Turbo artwork. This is Super Street Fighter 2, the original Super Street Fighter 2. And so I figured this artwork is true actually for the game, but then I needed something different, so I made this one. I think it looks pretty good. I think that one looks pretty good. Custom made, you know. Ninja Turtles, I've already done a video showcasing all the Ninja Turtle artwork that I had made, but I'll just kind of burn through them really fast. You got that one, then you got the one where they light up, then you got the bezeled and the bezel where they light up. You got the Mausers that coming out, you got the Technodrome, and you got this one that has kind of a green glow that I didn't show in that video because I'd made it after I had made the video. Alright, all that custom work right there. Same thing for Turtles too. Turtles in Time, exact same artwork, interchangeable. Haven't done my Tekkens yet. I'm about to do Tekkens. Haven't done Terminator 2 or Total Carnage. I gotta do those. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is just the same artwork as Mortal Kombat 3. It's just, I don't know, I didn't, you know, it works, whatever. So that's that. The original X-Men, I got this artwork. I think it looks pretty nice. It's, you know, full 1920 by 1080. You got the bezeled monitor version look if you like as well. X-Men versus Street Fighter, just some resizing work done to get this to consider the aspect ratio of the game for some artwork that I found out there. I think I might have put this, not this one, but I think I put this artwork together myself, but I can't remember. Maybe I didn't. Probably not. Alright, but I know I did the resizing. I haven't done X-Men Children of the Atom yet. That's all of my games right there. So tell me what you think, you know, as far as the progress goes, if you want, and you know, hopefully I'll get these done shortly. This one right here, these Mario ones I really enjoy. Kind of my favorite ones at the moment. And Play Choice 10, when you insert a coin, you get a black screen for a minute, and what that is if you have Play Choice 10, you'll already know what I'm talking about. You'll see that you have two screens, screen 0 and screen 1. In Play Choice 10, there was a monitor above your monitor, and the monitor above, after you put a coin in, you'd pick your game. So, but you don't have to worry about that. You can keep your standard view, you insert your coin, and then you hit enter. You know, you assign a key for enter and like input this machine. You'll see down here it says enter. So that's after, you know, you've selected your game, and I just set up a button on my joystick as that, and then your game starts. So that's how the Play Choice games work. And yeah, it is cool to play the old Super Mario Brothers on MAME.